friends. Hello, how are you? I am back. Fucking finally. I miss you guys so much. So much. I miss you guys. So, I know I promised you guys a video yesterday, but some things happened. I just didn't have time. I tried to film, this on my A5100, and for some fucking reason, like every 10 minutes, the motherfucker kept overheating. And then at the point where I had just about lost my fucking shit and given up on it, it was time for me to go. I'm on a very tight schedule these days. I'm really not, but I'm just trying to get like my house in order. I'm in my new house, if you hadn't already noticed. We're finally fucking here. We moved in last weekend. It has been the most insane fucking fuckery of a month. How do I want to say this? This past month has been the most insane debauchery of fuckery of my life, like a lot. It's been so fucking crazy. I will go through it and tell you guys, hold on, I got a text. I will go through and tell you guys like everything that's happened. Obviously, I haven't been on social media, but y'all know, like, I am not that bitch that's like, oh, she's not posting on YouTube. I'm gonna check out the fucking gram and see what she's doing up on there. I am not that bitch. I'm not like this crazy, like, social media maven businesswoman that posts on the gram every day of my perfect fucking life and my perfect house and my perfect hair and makeup and dogs. Like, it's just not me. Also, I have just been so fucking busy. In the past month, I've taken all of about 5 showers. Like, I've been so busy. This has been my hair. This has been my makeup. This is actually the most amount of makeup I've had on in probably a month. Literally, all I've been doing is like brushing my brows out and maybe putting some mascara on. I do put a little brow gel up on here because for some reason the tail of this brow right here is just all blonde and like, just who gives a fuck? Who cares? Anyway, so where do I start? Oh, as y'all know, if you watch my last video, which judging by the views, the majority of you had watched my last video, and I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my widow heart, my widow broken heart, for those of you who donated to my sister's GoFundMe account. It helped out so much. Even those of you who were like, oh my God, I'm so sorry, I could only donate X amount. Dude, like anything at all, even a fucking dollar, like every little bit helped. They are doing so good now. There have been, what do I want to say, like some fundraisers and stuff held for them. They've got the GoFundMe accounts going. So it's to the point now where they're able to furnish their house, to refurnish their house. So they're slowly starting to collect things back. Obviously, you know, memories and pictures and the dogs. Oh my God, the dogs. She'll never get back. But fortunately, my niece's boyfriend's parents, I think, I'm not super sure on that. My niece's boyfriend's parents so my sister lost, if you don't know and you didn't watch that video, hello. My sister and her husband were getting ready to move here. If you guys watch my vlogs, in one of my vlogs, I had said that, oh my God, my fucking sister's like moving next door to me, right? So funny that we're moving, and she's like moving next door. So they were getting ready to move up here. They had been kind of prepping the house. This happened like last month. They, she put a deposit on the house. They were prepping it, painting it, getting it ready to move in. And a couple of weekends ago, she, hold on, I just got a text and it's like throwing me the fuck up. A couple of weeks ago, they were going to move here on this particular weekend, and they left to go get a U-Haul. And when they got back from picking the U-Haul up, their house was just engulfed in flames. She lost, my sister had tried to run in the house to get the dogs, and thankfully, her husband ran in after her because they told her had he not gone in after her, she probably wouldn't have been able to get out on her own, because as soon as she went into the house, it was just so engulfed in flames and smoke. She instantly got like smoke inhalation. It just like instantly hit her. She couldn't see. She was like disoriented. So her husband ran in after. He, I think, maybe tried to like open a door or something like that, ran upstairs. He got 2nd-degree burns on his forehead, on his ears, and on his hands. They just wanted to find the dogs. At that point, they didn't really give a fuck about the shit in their house. They just wanted the dogs. Unfortunately, they couldn't find the dogs, and they were lost to the fire. 2 of the dogs, so there's Bella, there's Milo, and there's Frankie. Bella and Milo, they're all miniature Yorkies. Bella and Milo was the oldest one, and then Bella, and then Frankie was Bella and Milo's son, puppy. Bella and Milo had a couple of litters of puppies that my sister either sold or gave to family or what have you. Unfortunately, she gave one of those puppies to my niece's boyfriend's mother. And when she heard about what happened with the dogs, she asked my sister if she would like to have that dog back, because she just felt so bad that, you know, she lost Bella and Milo and Frankie, that she's like, his name's Mr. Rogers. She was like, if you want Mr. Rogers back, you can have him. I just feel so awful about what happened. So she does have, you know, one of their offspring. So she has that memory of them. But unfortunately, you know, they were lost to the fire. Bella and Frankie were able to be recovered. Their bodies were able to be recovered. Unfortunately, Milo's was not. Milo was a micro Yorkie. I mean, he was like, I think 10 or 12 years old and could fit in the palm of your hands. He was just so tiny and just a spunky little guy. Tim and I went there, you know, obviously when my sister called me, like, we rushed down to Columbus, and Tim and I, after, you know, they put the fire out and everything, went back in the house and tried to find Milo for hours and couldn't find him. My cousin and her boyfriend, who is a firefighter, went in the next day or the day after and tried to find him and couldn't find him. My sister is still visiting the house trying to find Milo, and we still can't find him. If you saw the video, you saw, you know, the disarray that the house was in and all the debris and everything. I mean, you're trying to find this little 5-pound dog in just piles and piles of ash and debris and insulation and, you know, just wreckage. So, you know, at one point, Tim and I were like standing in the living room, or what was the living room, and he's like, I mean, we could be standing on him right now. He's so small. For whatever reason, he didn't go with the other dogs. The other dogs were in my sister's bedroom and her closet, which, oddly enough, is one of the only places in the house that wasn't like burnt to a crisp. The rest of the house was just, I mean, y'all saw from the video, if you watched that video, that it was just perished, the whole entire house, except for that closet, and that's where the dogs were. So luckily we did recover 2 of the dogs' bodies, and she got to have a burial for them and everything like that. So her neighbors had like a little fundraiser for them, and they gave them this stone with paw prints and their names on it, and everybody has been fucking amazing. It really like restores your faith in humanity. Like, me and my brother-in-law were talking, and I'm like, he's like, I you know, like, their neighbor David, the guy who has one of the GoFundMes, the GoFundMe with the majority of the pictures and the video that him and his wife took, he has been awesome. And Isaiah's like, dude, like, me and David were cool, but I didn't think he was that cool. Like, you know, it just like restores your faith in humanity when all these people just gather together. One of the girls down the road, my sister didn't even know this girl. She instantly came down and was like, let me know if you need anything, whatever. This girl comes back with two $100 gift cards to Kroger. And she's like, this is from me and my family and blah, 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 blah. She leaves, comes back like a half an hour later with two more $200 gift cards. She's like, I called my family in Arizona and told them what happened, and they just wanted to do whatever they could to help. And it's like, oh my God, it's just crazy. Like, there aren't even words that can express like the amount of gratitude, because it's like insane how people just kind of band together. Like, you always hear these stories in the news about people being assholes and like all this crazy shit that's going on right now, and something like this happens, and it's just like, you know, it completely restores your faith in humanity, as I just repeated 82 times. So they're doing so much better now. Thank you guys so fucking much. I want to thank each and every one of you personally. I would like to make a video with all you guys who donated and commented, because I asked you guys in that video to comment on the page that you donated on, because I would love to send you guys some kind of thank you for donating, even just like your good vibes, like sending well wishes and good vibes. I just want to thank you guys for that. Like, y'all have no clue how much that means to me. It's fucking awesome. Thank you so fucking much. My sister's doing so much better now. Like, you guys are just fucking awesome. Like, y'all pull together and like raise some money, and that is just incredible. Like, thank you so much. Thank you. There's no way for me to ever even, you know, verbally thank you enough. Like, it's fucking awesome. So, yeah, so we've been dealing with all that. I've been trying to help my sister. We would have liked to get into the house earlier, but, you know, all that shit happened with her. If y'all follow me on the gram, then you saw it, you kind of know everything that's going on. Because at one point there was just so much shit happening with like trying to pack for the house and stuff before my sister, before her house even caught on fire. There was so much shit going on with trying to remodel this house and then trying to pack up the old house and like go through everything. So if you follow me on the gram, then y'all already heard this, but I know what I was going to say. I got so much shit running through my head. Y'all know how I am, fucking ADD central over here. There was so much shit happening. I thought, I don't have time to film, so I'm going to get on the gram every day and get on like Instagram stories or whatever and keep my peeps updated and shit. That literally lasted for like a day because it got real fucking crazy real fucking quick. So, and I didn't want to like come on Instagram stories and be like, oh my God, this is happening to me right now. Look what's happening to me. Look what's happening. You know what I mean? I hate it when people are constantly like on Facebook, on Instagram or whatever. And they're always like, oh my God, I'm sick. Or, oh my God, this happened. And negative, negative, negative. Like, I don't like putting negative energy out into the world because I think it makes bad things happen. It just does. And I've tried to be English. I've tried to be very positive with all the things that have went down lately. It's been real fucking hard. Let me tell you that. It's real hard. It's been real hard. So, what happened was 2 days before my sister's house caught on fire, we got a call at 6 o'clock in the morning from the people that own the mill beside Tim's shop. If y'all don't know, my hubs, Tim, I mean, we're not legally married, but y'all know the dish with that. You guys know. If you don't know and you're like new or something, Tim and I have been together for 14 years. We're not married because to me, it's like a piece of paper, whatever. I call him my common law, even though I'm pretty sure that's not a thing anymore, but who cares? Anyways, my husband owns a painting business, and in their painting business, they have an office, and then they have like a big warehouse that's attached to the office, and that's where they keep like all their painting supplies, like ladders and scaffoldings and paint and wallpaper, blah, 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 who cares? So they have this warehouse. They do not own the building. When Tim's dad passed away, if y'all don't know, Tim's dad passed away in February. When Tim's dad passed away, he left. So Tim's dad and his uncle owned Tim's business. Tim and his partner are in a 5-year buyout for the business, okay? His dad and his uncle own the office in this warehouse, so the shop is what we call it. They own the shop building, and Tim and his partner leased the building from them. When Tim's dad passed away, he left him his portion of the building, but they hadn't transferred anything yet. So his uncle still owns the building. Well, and behind that building is a lumber mill. So the guys who work at the mill called him at 6 in the morning and is like, dude, your fucking shop's on fire. And he's like, what? What the fuck? So he rushes up, goes down there, freaks the fuck out because he honestly didn't even give the guy who called him time to like explain what the fuck had happened. So we initially thought, oh my God, this is it. The building is going to be fucking leveled because he owns a painting business with all the flammable things. There's paint in there. There's fucking paint thinner, acetone, denatured alcohol, like all the chemicals, all the flammable chemicals in this fucking building, right? And we're so fucking grateful that it didn't cause more damage than it did, because had the fire moved literally like 7 or 8 feet, there was a barrel of paint thinner there that would have blown up, like blown sky high. So he gets there, and what the firefighters think happened is there was an electrical box beside the door. So there's, in the warehouse part of the shop, there is a door there, just a regular door, and then there's like this huge garage door. When the guys drove by, one guy drove by and the garage door was closed. Another guy drove by and the garage door was like halfway open and he saw smoke coming out. So they called 911. The firefighters came, and what they think happened was there was some sort of electrical fire, because beside that door is a huge electrical box. They think that there was an electrical fire, that some wires caught on fire or whatever. It just happens, he said. And it was smoldering all night, like not flaming, just smoldering. And when it burnt through some certain wire, thought I heard my dog chewing on something. When it burnt through like some specific wire, it tripped the door and opened the door. And when the oxygen came in, that's when the flames came. And luckily, that didn't happen until, right before the firefighters got there. So what happened was it burnt, and I'll like flip up some pictures in case you guys are curious. It just burnt out one corner of the shop. And you can tell, just as an onlooker, that it seems to be that that's where the fire came from. So they thought it either got hit by lightning because there was lightning the night before, or that there was an electrical fire, because where that electrical box was the only part of the building that burnt straight through to the outside of the building. This is a metal warehouse, mind you. It is a big giant like pole barn type deal, metal, sheet metal, aluminum, whatever the fuck those are made of. And it like burnt through it. It's fucking insane. So luckily, there was very minimal damage aside from like the whole electrical issue. They had to have like a temporary electric box put in. They had to have somebody come in and clean literally everything down, wipe everything down. At the moment, they're talking about like taking walls down and fucking re-insulating it and like all this shit, because there was so much smoke damage. The smoke damage kind of overrode the fire damage. Tim had all of his fishing poles sitting in this corner because he had them in the back of his truck and like had to put something in the back of his truck. Who cares? He had some fishing poles in that corner, and his fishing poles and like all of his tackle and stuff are gone. So that's literally like the only thing that was lost. There were a couple of doors for a customer for the hospital. They were staining like these doors, and those caught on fire, which insurance covers everything. So everything that was damaged in their shop is covered by insurance, by his uncle's, you know, building insurance or whatever. My sister, on the other hand, did not have renter's insurance, even though we told them, like, get renter's insurance, because you never know. We didn't always have it. I get it. Like, we're like, who wants to fucking do that? Especially, like, when you don't have a lot of money. Not that my sister doesn't have a lot of money. She's a nurse, so she makes a decent living. But, like, I don't know. You just don't think about it. But, and honestly, we wouldn't have had renter's insurance if it wasn't for Tim's dad being like, you fucking have to have this. It's not that much money, you know, so on and so forth. So, that fucking happened, which was insane. And then literally 2 days later, 2 fucking days later, is when my sister's fire fucking happened. We were like, what the fuck? And everybody at work's like, dude, what is with your fucking family and fires? I'm like, first of all, I've never even known somebody to be affiliated with fire ever whatsoever at all. Like, I've never known anyone's house to catch on fire. I've never been affiliated, didn't even know anybody that had a fire, nothing like that. And within 3 days, Tim's shop catches on fire, my sister's house catches on fire. It is fucking insane. So, you know, we have been dealing with that. It didn't directly affect us. So it's not like we lost, you know, Tim lost his fishing poles, but they're fucking fishing poles. You can buy new fishing poles. Nothing sentimental got lost. Nothing directly affected us. My sister's fire obviously affected them, which affected us emotionally, but not directly. Luckily she's got like some memorabilia from my dad. If you guys don't know, my dad died when I was 21. So my sister had some memorabilia for that. And luckily that was in the garage and did not, get burned up in the fire. So, you know, other than that, like, nothing directly affected us. So that happened. So Tim's shop, my sister's house, we had planned on moving the weekend after my sister's house caught on fire, and then her house caught on fire, and we were just running around trying to help them and, you know, trying to, like, get furniture and, you know, see if we knew anybody that had anything for them, blah, blah, blah. So we've been running around trying to help them. The following Thursday, I took Aiden. This is fucking crazy, you guys. This is fucking crazy. My life is crazy. I feel like I'm living a Tana fucking Mongoose video right now. Literally a week later, okay? I take Aiden up to karate, and we have been working on the house. So I take him to karate, I drop him off, I come back home, we're doing things and stuff. I go back up to pick him up. I'm sitting in the parking lot, you know, like, waiting for the time to pick him up. 5 till he gets out of karate at 8 o'clock on Thursday. He goes Tuesdays and Thursdays. It's irrelevant. This was on Thursday after my sister's fire. He gets out of karate at 8 o'clock. At 5 till 8, I went up to pick him up. At 10 after 8, we walk downstairs, and there's a guy that works at the Y who's always, he doesn't work there anymore, which is kind of a bummer because I like that guy. There's a guy that works at the Y who knows who we are. He knows what we drive. Like, you know, we talk to him every time we're in there, you know, just shoot shit, whatever. He comes up to me and, like, puts his hand on my shoulder, and he's like, your vehicle just got broken into. And I was like, excuse me? What? Are you sure? And he's like, yeah, they busted the fucking window out. They busted the window out and took your purse. And the first thing out of my mouth, because mind you, this fucking camera, my Canon 6D Mark II, which is a $2,500 camera, was in the backseat of my car. Aiden's iPad, which iPads are what, like $1,000, was in the backseat of my car. My purse was in the front seat, like not on the front seat, but on the floor in the front seat. Because I was at the fucking YMCA that has security walking around all the time outside. I just didn't think that somebody would be ballsy enough to bust a window out. Not only did they fucking bash my window out and take my purse, but the person beside me, they bashed her window out and took her fucking purse. So I was like, oh my God. So the first thing out of my mouth was, oh my God, did they take my camera? Which we have renter's insurance and it would have covered like the camera, but the insurance has $1,000 deductible. So I would have paid fucking $1,000. I mean, I still have my 6D. I haven't sold that yet, but like, bro, I like that fucking autofocus a little too much. You know what I'm saying? So, anyways, so I was like, oh my God, like what the fuck is going on in my life right now? What's happening? Weird. So, you know, they take the report and everything like that. The cop said, they were smart about it by breaking the window out because they knew had they tried to jimmy the lock or anything like that, your car alarm would have went off. So that's why they broke your fucking window out. Never in my life have I ever had like my car broken into, my house broken into. Never anything like this ever in my life. The universe is fucking testing me, y'all. It's testing me this month. Let me fucking tell you. So, I was like, oh my God, this is fucking, I actually thought they made a mistake because when I walked outside there, I drive a Lincoln MKX and there was, like I said, an Escalade beside me. They had broken into that too. And when I first walked outside, I saw the Escalade and I was like, oh, that's not my car. And then I like came around the corner and seen my fucking window bashed out. And I was like, oh, that's my car. Which, by the way, did y'all know that fucking car insurance does not cover theft? Like if your car gets broken into, our renter's insurance covered it, or homeowner's insurance, whichever one it was that like took it at the time, does not cover car theft. Like, the fuck? So our car insurance did not cover it. Our renter's insurance did, but the thing was, is because they just took my purse, thank God they just took my fucking purse. Even the cop was like, man, that was like, they fucking missed out on a windfall because I bet that camera back there is worth a lot of money, isn't it? I said, yeah, it's worth like $3,000. And because of my lens on it too. So the lens that I have on it's the $800 lens. So he's like, whoa, I guess like maybe $1,500, $2,000. I was like, well, the lens on it is worth, you know, almost $1,000. So he's like, Jesus, what an idiot. So, but they probably, I'm assuming, I mean, within a fucking 15-minute time span, did they bash the window out of 2 cars and take 2 purses within 15 minutes? And God knows when the security was out there, my first thought is, where's the big fucking security guy at? Because there's this big, huge, tall guy that walks around the fuck parking lot all the time. So, the cop's like, we're gonna, you know, get the camera footage because they actually have cameras out there and see if we can find who did it, blah, blah, blah. Never heard one fucking lick, nothing from the cops. Obviously, I had all my credit cards and stuff turned off. Hold on one second. My camera's about to, I got to restart it because it's going to stop after like 30 minutes, of course. BRB. My credit cards, obviously, I mean, right there and then I got on a couple of apps and just like closed them all out. I didn't have any cash in my wallet, thankfully. I don't carry cash. I had like a wadded up dollar bill in there. I think that's about the most that they got. So, you know, essentially they really got nothing from me. Again, yes, it was a pain in the ass, but it did not directly affect us. We did not lose any money. Our insurance covered, you know, the window. I got my window fixed the next day. How the fuck people drive around with plastic on their windows is beyond me because it is so loud. Like, we were on our way home and I was like, you got like a garbage bag? And of course, like it had been, you know, in the 70s, even the 80s up until this fucking night, until that very night. It had been like 70s and 80s, and that night it just happened to be like 50 degrees out. So I was like, do you have like a garbage bag or something I can tape over my window? Because, brah, it's like 50 degrees out. Like, my mother-in-law and my son's going to fucking freeze their asses off in the back seat. So, we put this bag on there, and I'm like, oh my God. It's like you literally had to yell to hear each other. It was fucking insane. So, again, like I said, did not directly affect us. I got all my credit cards shut off. Yes, they got my ID, which is a pain in the ass to fucking get back. So I don't even know where any of my shit is. It's all packed up. Yes, they got my credit cards, but I had them all shut off. NBD, right? Like, no biggie. We're fucking smooth sailing. So then what happened was, we, again, not directly affected by that. It wasn't that big of a deal, you know, like whenever stuff happens, I like to kind of just almost like blow it off essentially, but not to, I don't like to focus on negative things is really where I'm getting at. I like to focus on the positive things. So I focus on the fact that we got this fucking house, which is dope as fuck. Anyway, so, after that, we were like, you know, still like packing up for the house and whatever else. So we decided for the countertops in our kitchen right here that we were going to do epoxy countertops. I watched this, excuse me. I watched this video or this YouTube channel called Stone Coat Countertops. I had just come across it one day because maybe like 6 months ago or so before we had found this house. And when I thought, fuck, we're going to spend another winter in the house that we were in, I was like, I need to like redo stuff if we're going to be here and stay here because it doesn't look like we're finding a fucking house. I need to do something to this fucking kitchen. And like, you know, I was getting ready to like remodel that house, our old house. So I had just come across this thing online called Stone Coat Countertops. This guy, he's got a YouTube channel, he's got a business, he's got a website. He shows you how to do epoxy countertops for very inexpensively. So I go in here and I'm like a research junkie. So when I find something that I'm really fucking into or that like I really want to do, I will research the actual entire fuck out of it. Like until it's like engraved in my brain and I feel confident and know what the fuck I'm doing, right? I do that with like everything. I research the entire fuck out of it until I know how to do it. So I watched video after video after video. I did practice boards on this epoxy. The only thing I did not do was order this guy's product because I thought in my head, oh yeah, I don't think I finished that sentence. I was going to do the counters in the kitchen of the old house. That's how I came across this. So anyways, and when we moved here, I just remembered that. I was like, oh, we should totally do that to these counters. It's totally doable. So I researched the fuck out of it for like an entire month. I watched video after video after video. Again, the only thing I did not do was order this guy's product because obviously, as y'all know, as I said earlier in the video, Tim owns a painting business, right? So he has a account with Sherwin-Williams and can get things at cost from Sherwin-Williams. So I was talking to Tim about it and he's like, let me check out Sherwin-Williams. Let me talk to our rep. Like, I bet there's something they have that's similar to that, or if not exactly what this guy is selling, and cheaper. So, of course, me being a cheap ass bitch like I am, we went through Sherwin-Williams and we got this epoxy. Now, Sherwin-Williams, as y'all know, is a paint store. They carry like floor epoxies and stuff like that, and they do contract for that. But as far as like somebody putting epoxy on their countertop, they don't really do that. So a lot of the representatives we talked to and a lot of the store owners we talked to weren't really keen on it, okay? Weren't really familiar with like doing epoxy on the countertops, didn't really know much about it, but they knew that they had this bar top epoxy that was essentially the same thing this guy was selling. So we go to Sherwin-Williams and they give us 2 1-gallon. Oh, there's a blue jay out there. Oh, a little blue jay and my bird outside. Oh, and my bird outside and my twee outside. Oh, anyways, they give us this epoxy. Okay, we go get it and we're like doing all the things and stuff. I am basing my knowledge of how to use this product on this other guy's product. Okay. So, and the problem with that is that all epoxies are different, which I did not know. And Tim kept saying, you know, this shit's different. Like, everything's different. You have to do it by the directions that this stuff says, not that guy says, because this ain't that guy's stuff. So, we do it, and we do, you know, this counter over there by the stove, and hadn't done the island yet. We used the one kit on, you know, the majority of it, and then mixed another kit to use the island. The problem was, when we mixed the second kit, I noticed there were chunks floating in the bottom of this jug of epoxy. And I was like, what the fuck is this? And Tim's like, I don't know. It's like these hard chunks. What the hell is this? So, because we were right in the middle of our fucking project, we were like, what the fuck do we do? So Tim was like, well, I have a paint screen, because a lot of times they will kind of like filter paint, because sometimes paint will have like, you know, just little gummies in it, or it just happens. It happens when paint gets mixed, whatever. And Sherwin-Williams is real good for having like a lot of shit in their paint. So, as pro tip for you, you know, if you buy Sherwin-Williams paint, or any paint for that matter, if you screen it first, it'll be nice. Anyways, okay, who cares? So, we thought, you know, Tim's like, all I know to do is just like filter this out. So we filtered that out and we mixed the kit. When you mix epoxy, you mix resin and hardener at an equal ratio. So we poured the kit in. We used the entire kit on this island right here. And we put it on. We did all the things and stuff. We came back the next day and there were soft spots. So this counter over here had a soft spot about this big, to where maybe like 1/8 of an inch of the top of the spot that was about this big was like, when you touched it, it was sticky, and it shouldn't have been at this point. It should have, you know, hardened at least, not cured, but hardened. And the island, there were big giant spots where it was like sticky to the point where there were like strings coming up. So we're like, what the fuck? It's because of that fucking old epoxy. What the fuck? So we got all pissed off, and this one, we read online that you could dig it out if you had a soft spot. You could dig the soft spot out, sand it off, and then pour more epoxy in it, level it out. It'll level itself out. So we ended up going to Menards and buying tabletop epoxy, it's called, bar top epoxy, whatever. Excuse me. So we did it for this one, and it worked out really well. This one, on the other hand, what happened was we went to dig the spot out, and it just came up. So we ended up peeling all this fucking epoxy that we spent hours putting on this fucking countertop, peeling it up. Obviously, the paint underneath was ruined. So then we had to sand all the paint off again, had to prime it again, had to paint it again, had to spray it again, because we used this like marbling spray on it, had to epoxy it again, girl. And it finally turned, and it hardened, and it turned out. We're like, yay. If you know anything about epoxy, or if you don't, you may not know that epoxy is so glossy. Like, my countertops look like glass. They were like so shiny and glossy, and it looked really cool. However, because it was our first time doing it and we were not familiar with the product, the edges, like the backsplash, like, you know, the stuff up there, and around the edges had some rippling, or dripping, I mean, not rippling, dripping because of that. So we decided that we would take the gloss down, because on the fucking kit of epoxy that we bought, it states verbatim on that kit, if you would like whatever it is you're doing, your bar top, your tabletop, your fucking what the fuck ever, if you would like it to take it down to a satin finish versus the glossy, so to take some gloss off, you sand it with either 600 grit sanding paper or 0000 steel wool. You sand it with that, and then you take a mixture of linseed oil and carnauba wax, and you buff over it, and then you take just the carnauba wax, you know how you wax a car, put it on, let it dry, buff it off. You do that. So we did that, and we ruined our fucking countertops because the fucking scratches wouldn't come out. Like where we sanded it, you could see every little sanding scratch. So we were like, the fuck? I mean, these countertops we have been through it with these countertops, y'all. So we were like, the fuck? So he ended up going to this place that actually does this, like the whole countertop thing, as like their job. It's called like Easy Concrete or something. They do concrete countertops, they do epoxy countertops, they do epoxy flooring, they do all this shit, right? This guy said, I'm gonna give you this. It's like this poly whatever coat. Whenever we do an epoxy countertop, we always put this on top because it is more scratch resistant, it is more heat resistant, whatevs. So we ended up having to go get this stuff, and we put this stuff on, and now our countertops, because of the bunk ass fucking roller that the guy that works there gave Tim, has like a texture to it. It does not look bad, but we are going to go through and sand and put another coat of this fucking poly on it. We have been through it with the fucking countertops. So come what is today? Today is Wednesday. So come the week before this past weekend, I was like, we are moving into this fucking house, whether it's ready or not. And it ain't ready. I mean, we still have bare switches on the walls and like bare outlets and stuff that need switched out. We still got our bathrooms to remodel. We still have to put another coat on our countertop. Like, there's still stuff to be done. But I was like, it has been a month, almost and a half, since we officially got the keys to this house. I want to move in. So we last week decided, you know what, fuck it. We're just going to move in and do things as we're living there. If we continue to wait, A, it's going to get fucking cold because it's October already and we live in Ohio. And B, it's never going to be done enough for us to move in. You know, this could go on for months. So we just said fuck it and decided to move in. So last weekend we were getting ready to move in, and Thursday night, I think it was, we got a phone call at about 4 o'clock at night. It's night for me because I'm like a fucking old geezer. I go to bed at like 9 shit. Anyway, we get a call at like 4:30, 5 o'clock from a girl from our bank. Our banking institution, I should say, not our specific bank, but, you know, the chain of the bank. Y'all get it. And she says that we have Nikki's ID here. She called Tim instead of me because she's like, I didn't want to freak Nikki out. So we have Nikki's ID here, and we just caught somebody trying to cash a check that they had written out to themselves, aka me, that they had written out to themselves, that they had done that day previously at 2 other banks. Now, she didn't say that at first. She said somebody came in here, somebody who she says looks eerily similar to Nikki, used her ID in the drive-thru and came in at one point today and wrote out a $1,000 check to herself, and then came back a couple hours later and wrote out a $1,638 check to herself. She would not tell us what the checks were. She said something about them being like some kind of out-of-state check or whatever, because I'm like, first the fuck off. How the fuck I can count on one hand the amount of times in the 5 years that we've had an account with this bank that I went in there with a check written out to myself and fucking cashed it. Okay? Second of all, there was a flag on our account that my fucking purse was stolen and that our credit cards got stolen. How was this bitch able to cash not only one, but 2 fucking checks? And what a ballsy ass bitch to go fucking cash that amount in checks. Like, this is what I think. I think possibly that there was a bank receipt in my wallet from our bank showing how much money we had in the bank. Because it's real fucking ballsy to go to somebody's bank and try to cash a check for $1,000 out of their account, not knowing that money's in there. You know what I mean? So, we had to go to the bank. Because this whole entire time I'm thinking, oh, we're in the clear. I got my credit cards turned off. We don't have checks for our account, so it's not like she can write checks out. I don't know what the fuck these checks were. Still to this day, don't know what the fuck these checks were. So we go to this bank, and of course, I'm up in there like, how the fuck were they able to do this in the first place, okay? The girl at that bank, because I said, of course, my first question was, who was the person that cashed the first 2 checks? Because they're like, yay, Brittany, this like girl at the bank named Brittany. She's the one that caught the girl. And they're all like, yay, Brittany. And Tim's like, oh my God, thank you so much for catching her, blah, blah, blah. And I said, who was the person that cashed first 2 checks? And she's like, no. They didn't do that here. This was the 3rd bank they hit. And I was like, oh, okay. So what happened was she went to a bank in one town and cashed $1,000 check, and then went to a bank in another town and cashed a $1,600 check. And this bank that had my ID that had caught her was the last bank that they had hit. So when the girl came through the drive-thru, and the girl at the bank was like, she did look like eerily similar to you. Like she did look a lot like your ID. The girl apparently, and oh, by the way too, you know, all my credit cards are turned off. Like everything's cool. Like I said, we don't have checks. I did not even think about the fact that the membership card with my savings account information, my checking account information was in my wallet. So, because our bank has like a membership card, so if you go in to cash a check or do, you know, this, that, or next. So, I thought I just heard somebody here. There's like so many noises now that I live in town. Anyways, so she was like, the girl looked really similar to you. So what happened was she sent my ID in and said, hey, you know, gave the girl the check and said, hey, I need to cash this check, blah, blah, blah. The girl pulls up my account, and I don't think she had my membership. She must not have had my membership card, because the girl like kept my ID but not my membership card. So I thought that was weird. So she sends it in, sends a check in, and she said she obviously like practiced your signature because she had your signature down. So she gets on the computer to cash the check and noticed that she had done this 2 times before. And, you know, I didn't say anything because I didn't think of it at the time, because she's just telling me the story. I thought, you saw on there that, you know, obviously my fucking account was flagged because my debit cards were stolen and shut off. You'd think that'd be on there. So, she said, I thought it was weird that just a couple hours ago she had cashed these other 2 checks. So what I did was I sent out a deposit or a withdrawal slip, and she sent her out a withdrawal slip because this is all through the drive-thru. Sends her this withdrawal slip out and says, hey, I need you to sign this too, since the check is for, it was $2,000, by the way. The check she was trying to cash was fucking $2,000. So she's like, just because of the amount, I got to send you a withdrawal slip or whatever to sign as well. So the girl signs the withdrawal slip and sends it back, and the girl's like, can you hold on just a second? Because she was like trying to stall her, because at this point I think she maybe had already called the cops, and the girl fucking took off. They did get her make and model and color of her car. Again, we haven't heard anything since. This was last Thursday, I think, is when it happened. They got the make and model and color of the car, but we haven't heard anything. She was like, oh, the cops will probably call you and bring your ID out, blah, blah, blah. The cops did not call me. The cops did not bring me my ID. I had to go up to the fucking bank and get it. The cops have not called me about the original theft when my purse got stolen the first fucking time. Nothing, because they don't give a fuck. So, yeah, this bitch, fucking ballsy ass cunt, goes up in my fucking bank and cashes $2,600 worth of checks. Obviously, the bank was like, obviously we're going to return the money to you because it was our fault that she cashed the checks in the first place. So while we were there, the lady at the bank was like, you know, you can still keep this account, because we're like, what the fuck do we do? Because we got all these auto payments coming out, we got insurance coming out, our cable bill comes out there, our fucking YMCA thing comes out of there, just like all kinds of different stuff we have on auto payment. And the guy was like, well, you can keep the account because it is at such a high security alert right now that I can't even get into the account. Like, I have to get my supervisor just to look at your account. So the supervisor comes in and she's like, you can keep, you know, your same account information or whatever. We'll just put it on a high alert. And I said, I really do not feel comfortable knowing somebody else knows my savings account number, my checking account number. They could wait a fucking year and go online and make checks out to themselves under my account. You know what I mean? So I was like, let's just fucking get a new account. So we had to get a new account, get all new debit cards. Just at the point when they had started, they literally had just sent us the new debit cards from that account because we thought we were in fucking clear. So now we are currently waiting on our new debit cards for that account. Has this fucking month not been the fucking fuckery of all fuckery? I mean, Jesus. Wow. Isn't it crazy? It's fucking crazy, all this shit that's happened. So, since then, so I've just been like unpacking the house and like trying to get everything together, but it's just been crazy. It's been so fucking crazy. Yeah, so that is what I've been up to. As of right now, my beauty room is currently a room full of shit, shall I say. I think I'm gonna like redesign my makeup room. Dude, we still have stuff at our old house. Like, I today have been like, every day I've been unpacking all day long. I usually stop like after supper. I'm like, you know what? I'm fucking done. And I do go sit on my ass from, 5 or 6 o'clock until it's time to go to bed because I'm exhausted from like doing shit all day long. So, we have been unpacking and just trying to get everything ready. Another cool fucking thing that happened once we got into the house is we noticed that, so we are trying to refurnish this house completely. So we got all new appliances. We're going today to look at a washer and dryer. We bought a couch, but the couch that we got from Smith Brothers in Bern, Indiana. They have this thing where you can like build your own couch. So we kind of like you can pick your arm, you can pick whether you want nail heads or not, you can pick your feet, you can pick the style of couch, what your cushions look like, everything. So we went to a local furniture store and did that, but it's going to take 6 weeks to get it. So we just have one of our old couches up here right now, and it's just like very hollow. I don't have any of my decor up yet. I decided to wait to put my decor up until the very last thing. Like, I wanted to get everything unpacked and put away and like sorted out before I put my decor up. Then I can start getting into like the decorating and stuff like that. But as for now, we just kind of have shit scattered. So we went and got this couch. We decided before we even like started anything on this house that we were going to hang our TV above our fireplace and make that, a central point of the living room. And after we moved in, did we notice there's no fucking outlet anywhere near the fireplace? Not a one fucking outlet near the fireplace. So, we have to, Tim yesterday or the day before called this electronics company, like people that come and install TVs and stereos and stuff. And they said they will do it, but we have to pay $300 to get our TV mounted, but they're going to do it right, and they're going to do it nice to where you can't see any cords or anything like that. So it's going to be really nice. So that was another like, oh, cool, fuck yeah, hey, another awesome thing that happened. But I'm here. I am fucking excited. I cannot still, we've been here for what, a week or something almost, and I still can't fucking believe this is my house. It's insane. Like, I feel like I'm at somebody else's house, using somebody else's refrigerator, using somebody else's stove. I cooked here for the first time last night, and it was so fucking weird because I have all new appliances. My dishwasher's new, my stove is new, my fridge is new. Like, it feels like I'm using somebody else's shit. Like, it's so fucking weird, and I like don't know what to do with myself because we were so routined at our old house. We lived in that house for 7 fucking years. And like I said, there's still shit. I still got fucking clothes and everything at that other house. This weekend, we'll probably go get the rest of our shit, kind of go through it. Tim's mom owns that house, so we were renting it off of her. And she said she's going to sell it, but she's not in any like big hurry to sell it. So we are going to get the rest of our stuff out of there. We have stuff, our entire garage is full still. We got the 2 kayaks in there and like the go-kart and 4-wheeler and stuff like that. But she said, if you guys want to wait till spring, not only to clean it out, but to sell it, I'm totally cool with that. So, at least we got somewhere to store like that shit for now. We may have to get like a storage unit or something to store all that stuff, but I don't know yet. So, it's so fucking weird though. Like, we're so routine in our ways because we lived there for 7 years. Like, you know, Tim would get off work and I'd make supper and we'd do Aiden's homework. And then, you know, even all the way down to like where everybody sat at was like so fucking routine every night. And now it's like, I don't know what to do with myself. Should I go sit in my bed? Should I sit on the one fucking couch that we have in the living room? So we only got one couch in the living room because the guys that were moving us, which were Tim's employees, moved us. They said, one of the guys made the suggestion because he knew that we were getting new furniture, and the furniture, like from my old house, that furniture that was in the living room there, like those 2 couches, are going in the basement once we get our new couch in. He was like, do you just want to leave one couch up here so it's not so hard for just you and Nikki to get this couch into the basement? We were like, yes, good idea. So we left just the one couch up here, and then I've got like, you know, these little chairs here that I got from TJ Maxx. I think what I want to do is once we get our couch in, I'll probably go buy some decorative seating after that, something that kind of matches with the couch. I want to get like a papasan chair, like a nice papasan chair, not the shitty fucking DIY one, white one that I did. That's like a piece of dick, and the big gigantic fluffy thing that I put on there. Even the cable guy was like, God damn, that is a big ass pillow or whatever cushion. He's like, that's got a lot of fucking fluff in it. Or no, it wasn't the cable guy. It was one of the movers, one of Tim's employees was like, damn, this motherfucker's heavy. How much fluff did you put in there? I was like, I put a lot. I don't know. So anyways, sorry, the dogs just totally cut me off. They're barking the next guy. So, yeah, that's what we're doing. That's what's going on. As I was saying, I still can't fucking believe this is my house. It's so crazy. Like, I feel like I'm like living in somebody else. I feel like I'm in a bougie ass hotel right now is what I feel like. I feel like I'll sit up in a bougie ass hotel. So, most likely what is going to happen now, look at, oh dude, I look like dick. Some of my makeup is still out at the house. Like, you know, my little thing that was like sitting on my desk that I had like my everyday makeup in, that's literally like all the makeup I brought, and my IKEA drawers, which now that I think about it, I really wish I wouldn't have taken this stuff out of the IKEA drawers and put them in boxes, because some of the IKEA drawers I left full and like the guys just carried it. I should have just left everything in those drawers and just let them take them. So I think I'm probably, a lot of my videos, like 99.9% of them are probably going to be done in the house, like not in my makeup room, because I want to like redesign it, and I thought about instead of having like a specified filming room, just to make it into like an extra bedroom or something, or I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. Maybe like put some couches in there and just have it be like a little chill room. I thought about getting one of those. You ever seen those like couch bed things? It's like a memory foam mattress, but it also turns to a couch. Thought about maybe putting that in there, and you know, I don't know what I'm gonna do yet, but most likely for the next, at the very least couple of weeks, it's probably just gonna be vlogs and random ass videos. I haven't even fucking worn makeup in like a fucking month, girl. I haven't bought makeup. I haven't done anything. BoxyCharm like emailed me and was like, hey girl, we want to do this like paid campaign with cover effects with you and blah blah blah, and I'm like, when am I going to do this? I have no time for like anything. BoxyCharm been sending me all this like extra shit, and I'm like, I'm so sorry, I have no time to do anything. So yeah, that's what's been going on with me. I'm so sorry I didn't film yesterday, but like I said, my stupid fucking A5100 kept overheating. I swear I am asking for another vlogging camera for Christmas because I fucking hate that camera. It overheats constantly and sucks. So, yeah, that's what's up. That's what's been going on. I will probably do some sort of tour of the house, like once we get it in order. I mean, you guys will see bits and pieces of it throughout like my videos and my vlogs and stuff like that, but until I get it like to the point where I want it to be, you know what I'm saying? I probably won't do like any type of like tour or whatever, like YouTuber tour. I will say this, I went out and got just as a fucking mini review, I went out and got, I call it the YouTuber rug, like the West Elm Souk rug with the little zigzags in it. That motherfucker shed so fucking much. So many people, when we got these floors installed, because we got dark hardwood floors, so many fucking people were like, oh my god, you're gonna hate those floors with the dog hair, blah, blah, blah. Which I knew. I was like, whatever, I'll just fucking Swiffer it up. I'll be a Swiffering ass, fucking sweeping ass bitch for the rest of my life, whatevs, because I like the look of it. This fucking rug has shed way more. Like, I've been cleaning up way more fuzz from this fucking rug than my dogs in the past week. It is insane. If you ever buy that rug, dude, just fucking be prepared. It sheds so fucking much. I hope it stops. I hope it doesn't shed like this forever. What the hell? Because it's like real wool, I guess. So, and I had read reviews where it said that, you know, it sheds and it'll stop after a couple of months. Bitch, it better, because goddamn, it sheds a lot. I bought like a scrub brush, like this brush with a handle on it, just to fucking like de-shed this rug. It's so crazy. There's so much shit all over my floors just from this fucking rug. It's nuts, y'all. It's nuts. And my dogs, I need to Dremel their toenails, because all you can hear is clack, 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 clack everywhere. So I got to Dremel their nails at some point in time this week. Anyways, that's what's up. That's what's been going on with me. I know this video is like 3 fucking hours long at this point because I've been talking so much, but so much stuff has been happening. Oh my god, so much stuff, y'all. So much insanity. Hashtag life update. Yeah, I don't know what else to say besides it's crazy around here. I'm going to start vlogging. Again, you guys really like Vlogmas. I will not be able to vlog every day. I know myself. I know I'm not going to be able to do it. But I am going to get up and vlog as much as possible until I can give myself a set schedule, because I'm going to tell you this right now. Motherfucking 2019 better be the best goddamn year of my whole entire life, because 2018 has been literally a pile of dick. Like, literally. The shittiest shit has happened in 2018. The shittiest. The one good thing is that we bought this house. The only thing, and I don't like to, you know, like dwell on negativity, and my nose is stuffed, my allergies are rocking, it started raining out. I don't like to dwell on like the negative shit, but there is a lot. The thing is like once we got in this house, we realized there it hadn't been taken care of in 15 years. You know, all the neighbors were like, this house hasn't been taken care of for 15 years. And they didn't do anything to it. They didn't change anything in it. They didn't even paint it or do anything for 15 fucking years. I mean, it still had like builder grade fixtures in it. So there was a lot more that needs done to this house that we thought needed done. It is a beautiful house, but there's just a lot of stuff that we didn't know. Like, I mean, it's cosmetic stuff, but still, I'm super excited to like do it. I can't believe I own a fucking house. Like, who am I right now? Seriously, if you would have told me, like, fuck, even 10 years ago that we would be living in this dope ass fucking house in like this beautiful community and it was ours, girl, I would have told you to go get fucked because you didn't know what she was talking about. It's so fucking nice. I'm still just like in disbelief. It's so nice that like I even feel weird bringing people here. Like when I first brought like my mom and my sister to like show them the house, I like felt weird because it's so fucking nice. It felt fucking weird like driving through this community because literally there is not one bad house on the block. Like they are all beautiful houses, beautifully landscaped, well taken care of. Our house was like the shitty house on the block, and it's not even shitty. It's like gorgeous. So yeah, that's what's up. So I need to get off here because I gotta go meet up with Tim and pick out a washer and dryer, pick out a light. I still don't have a light hanging above. I mean, there's like an open fucking electrical box hanging above my island in my kitchen. So we're gonna go pick out a washer and dryer, pick out some lights. I have to get a trash can for poop because my dogs, the people that lived here before had a fenced in area for their dogs, but they had very tiny little dogs and we have big gigantic dogs, as y'all know. So there's like dog poop everywhere and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna have to like start picking that up and shit. Because we lived out in the country. Like my dogs would go out on a tie out, this like 50-foot long tie out, and just fucking shit wherever they wanted because it was the fucking country. Nobody gave a fuck, you know? But here it's like we like want everything to look nice. Like our yard out there, we didn't really give a fuck about. Like, first of all, nobody saw it because our lane was like 100 yards back. And second of all, like it's the country. So I just didn't care. And they had so much yard that like, you know, by the time they would shit somewhere, fucking fertilize the ground and like just be gone. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, okay, I gotta go because Tim's probably like, the fuck are you at, bitch? So I am. Do you hear that? Oh, by the way, I'm so sorry. Aiden's must have left his phone here. I am so sorry, but you're going to hear my lens on this video. Like, if you hear that, it's because I don't have my external mic on. So you're probably going to hear a lot of. Hear it? That, yeah, that's my lens, in case you were curious. It won't happen again. Anyways, okay, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna get off here. I don't want to. I just want to sit and talk to you guys and tell you guys. I still have to fucking tell you, like, all the craziness that happened with the owners of this house. Did I even make a video on that? I don't think I ever did. Did I? I don't know, dude. There's so many stuff. There's just so much. I don't think I did. Like, there's some crazy shit that happened, like, with the people that previously owned this house that I will tell you guys about in another video. Maybe I'll do that in, like, a vlog tomorrow. I just haven't had the time, obviously, as y'all know, lately, to just, like, sit down and do this. Like, I've been sitting here for an hour, and I'm kind of freaking out a little bit, because I'm like, damn, I could have got this unbagged. But I wanted to talk to you guys so bad. So, again, for the next couple of weeks, it's probably going to be vlogs, and then I'll start like slowly getting back into like actual videos. I'll probably be doing a lot of clothing hauls because a bitch has like packed on about 15 more pounds because I'm a stress eater, and I've been so stressed out that all I've been doing is eating. For some reason, I have this like insatiable desire for Doritos. I don't know why. Obviously, I'm not ketoing anymore. But once everything gets settled, I'm gonna get back into it. So anyways, I need to go. I just want to sit and talk to you guys, but I can't. I don't like. Okay, I am gonna go for real this time. I love you guys. Thank you again for all your donations, all your love, all your support to my sister's GoFundMe. Thank you for the good vibes. Like, thank you for everything. You guys are so fucking awesome. I love you so much. I will be back. I will be back. It's not, you know, I'm not going to go another fucking month, however long it's been. It feels like it's been a year since I've made a video, but I know it's only been a couple of weeks, but still, it feels like forever. Once my house gets settled and like, you know, everything's kind of leveled out, I do intend on really like putting a lot more effort into my YouTube channel and filming and editing and things like that. So, we can like be YouTube famous and stuff. Just kidding. I don't give a fuck about that. I don't want to be YouTube famous and be a weirdo. What up with all the drama in the beauty community? Ugh. I have an idea, like, beauty community wise. Hopefully it works out, and I'll tell you guys about it in a future video though. So again, I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna go. I'm not gonna sit here and repeat myself 100 times. I'm just gonna go. So I love you guys. Thank you so much from the bottom of my little heart, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.